Hello everyone, my name is Haku. I am a Buddhist monk from Japan. Thank you for taking the time to join me today. If you find this video interesting or helpful, please take a moment to click the like button and subscribe to this channel. It helps us share more insights into Japanese culture with you. Now let's get started. Today, I'd like to talk about OBON, a traditional Japanese event that happens every summer. It's one of the most meaningful and spiritual times of the year in Japan. You might have heard about it before, but let me explain what it is and why it matters so much to us. OBON is a time to honor our ancestors. In Japan, we believe that during this period, the spirits of our ancestors return to this world to visit their families. It is a deeply spiritual and family-centered tradition. OBON usually takes place in mid-August, though the exact dates can vary depending on the region. The tradition of OBON has been practiced for over 1,000 years. It combines Buddhist customs with local Japanese beliefs about the afterlife. During OBON, families come together to remember and show respect to their ancestors. It's not just a religious event, it's also a time of reunion and connection with loved ones, both living and departed. One of the most recognizable parts of OBON is the odori, or bon dance. You may have seen videos of people dressed in colorful yukata, dancing in circles around a wooden stage. These dances are performed to welcome and entertain the spirits of the ancestors. The rhythm of the drums and the flow of the dance create a lively yet respectful atmosphere. The steps are simple and repetitive, so anyone can join in, even if they've never danced before. Another important aspect of OBON is visiting family graves. Families clean the gravestones, offer flowers, and light incense. This practice is called ohakamairi. It's a quiet and reflective moment where we express gratitude to those who came before us. Even young children participate, learning the importance of honoring their roots. At night, many families light lanterns, which are thought to guide the spirits back to their world. In some regions, people release small lanterns into rivers or the ocean. This is called toro nagashi. It's a beautiful sight. The glowing lanterns floating away under the night sky symbolize a farewell to the spirits. So, why does OBON matter so much? For us, it's not only a way to respect our ancestors, but also a chance to reconnect with family and reflect on the cycle of life and death. It reminds us of where we come from and encourages us to cherish the connections we have with one another. That's a brief overview of what OBON is and what it looks like in Japan. In the next part, I'll talk about how OBON traditions vary across Japan and share some of the unique customs from different regions. Please stay with me and remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. See you soon. Now let's talk about another important part of OBON, visiting the graves of our ancestors. This is called ohakamairi in Japanese. During OBON, families make a special trip to cemeteries to clean the graves and pay their respects. It's a way of showing gratitude and keeping the connection with those who have passed away. When we visit a grave, we usually bring flowers, incense, and sometimes small offerings, like the favorite snacks or drinks of our loved ones. First, we clean the grave, removing dirt, leaves, and sometimes even scrubbing the gravestone. This might sound like a simple task, but it's done with great care and respect. It's a moment to reflect to show that we have not forgotten the people who came before us. After cleaning, we light incense and pray. In Buddhism, incense has a special meaning. The smoke is believed to carry our prayers to the spirits. As the incense burns, we bow our heads, put our hands together, and quietly express our gratitude. Some people might talk to their ancestors during this time, sharing updates about their lives or simply saying they are missed. It's a very personal and touching moment. For many families, this visit to the cemetery is not just a duty. It's also a chance to gather and spend time together. Cousins, uncles, aunts, everyone comes to honor their shared heritage. Afterward, it's common to have a meal together, often sharing stories about the past. These gatherings remind us of the importance of family, both living and departed. In addition to family visits, temples also play a significant role during OBON. Many people go to their local temple for special ceremonies. These services, often led by monks like me, include chanting and prayers for the spirits. The temple becomes a place where the community comes together, offering comfort and spiritual guidance to those who might feel the loss of loved ones more deeply during this season. OBON is a time of connection, but it's also a reminder of impermanence, one of the central teachings of Buddhism. Everything in life is temporary, and OBON helps us reflect on this truth. By remembering our ancestors, we acknowledge the cycles of life and death and the ways they shape our lives today. Finally, let's talk about the beautiful way OBON often ends, with the odori and toro nagashi. These are cultural traditions that bring communities together and create a sense of closure to this meaningful time. The odori is a traditional dance performed during OBON. You'll often see people gathering in local parks or temple grounds, dancing in a circle around a tall platform called a yagura. The dances are simple and repetitive, making it easy for anyone to join, even if it's their first time. Each region in Japan has its own style of odori, with unique songs and movements that reflect local history and culture. What's special about the odori is that it's not just entertainment, it's deeply symbolic. The dance is performed to welcome the spirits of ancestors and to express joy for their visit. In a way, it's like saying, "We are grateful you came back to see us, and we celebrate your presence." The cheerful atmosphere, the lanterns glowing softly, and the rhythm of the drums. It's a beautiful experience. Another tradition is toro nagashi, the floating of lanterns down a river. This is usually done at the end of OBON. People write messages or prayers on paper lanterns, light them, and release them into the water. The sight of hundreds of lanterns drifting downstream is breathtaking. It symbolizes sending the spirits of ancestors back to their world, guided by the light of the lanterns. It's a peaceful, almost meditative way to conclude the season. So, what can we learn from OBON? I believe it teaches us to appreciate our connections with our ancestors, our families, and even our communities. In today's busy world, we often forget to pause and reflect. OBON gives us that opportunity. It reminds us of the importance of gratitude and the beauty of cherishing those who came before us. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to this channel. I often share insights about Japanese culture, spirituality, and the wisdom of Buddhism. If this interests you, you'll enjoy exploring our other videos. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I hope you've learned something new about OBON and why it's such a meaningful tradition for us in Japan. Until next time, take care and remember to cherish the connections in your life. See you soon.